Today we're going to show you us making our wedding favours for my wedding. So I looked on YouTube I looked everywhere for videos on other people making these. I've seen them made before. I thought I'd have a look at some other videos at other people making them, but it doesn't exist. I can't find much at all. So we wanted to show you us making them, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what we've got first and foremost is the Marks and Spencer's all butter biscuits. They're the perfect size.
Yeah.
We've got 2 of those.
Yeah.
And then we've also got the Marks and Spencer's white fondant icing. We've got the fondant cutter, which I believe is 55 millimeters, which is perfect for the all butter biscuit for Marks and Spencer's. We also have something that I ordered a while back on Etsy, which is like a fondant stamp. So what you will also need for this is a nice big clean surface, a nice clean rolling pin, and with our sugar, what we will do is, firstly, I've already opened this.
We're going to make a mess.
Yeah, we're going to make a mess. So have we washed our hands?
Yeah.
So we're going to get a nice sharp knife.
Okay. I don't need to use that.
And cut off a little bit of this icing. So that's all we're going to use right now. So to stop it from sticking, Rosa, what am I doing? We're going to put some of this icing sugar on the work surface like this.
And then we're going to mess like this.
Yeah. Because we don't want anything to stick. So we get it all laid out, nice and sugary. Okay?
I get it by here.
Now we're going to break this apart a little bit and get it. Has it gone up your nose, is it?
Yes.
Lovely.
It's got a shiny bobo.
So we'll break this up a little bit.
It's got a shiny bobo.
And then we want to put so I know that this trend was done by a lady doing these for her
Powder like this.
gone in your throat.
No.
If I find who the lady was who did these, I will put her name because I don't want to get in trouble. So when it's about 1 pound, a pound thick, make sure that it's nice and smooth. And then what we will do is cut. So when you cut out a few like this, be careful to only rest it and push it very, very gently, because if you push it in too far, it will get stuck. And then if that does happen, get a kit ready just to pick out the icing. So just push it in, just a weeny bit, tiny bit of pressure, and then take it out, and you should have that. I will put on the post where I got this stamp from because the lady was really good. So once you've started cutting out loads, the best thing to do then is to lay out a load of icing sugar out of the way of where you're working, to lay them down on, because if you leave them down while you're working on other pieces, they will end up starting to stick to the board or worktop or whatever you're working on. Okay, so when you've got all of your toppers cut out, you can either use water and a pastry brush or whatever sort of thing you've got, but I am going to use the Marks and Spencer's apricot jam mixed with a little bit of clean filtered water in a bowl. Okay, so here are the biscuits. They are really yummy on their own. They are shortbread. We've had 2 casualties. In a box you would usually have 2 that have broken, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 biscuits more or less. So in a bowl I'm going to get, this jam was bought last week so it's fresh and we've been using it. A good tablespoon of jam.
I want to eat it.
I know it looks yummy, doesn't it? So we're just adding some filtered water to the bowl, and then we're going to mix that around.
I want to do it too.
I know, you can help me in a minute.
I want to do it too.
So once that's all mixed together,
I want to mix it together.
you mix it together, but make sure that you don't get anything here. I got one of these, you can hardly see a thing in here. I got one of these pastry brushes which is made of silicone because I know that it's easier to clean. So what I'm going to do now is put a little bit of the apricot mixture onto the biscuit, and then pick up one of my fondant circles. And I think this is probably because I just put thick, but I like to make sure that the scalloped edge matches with the biscuit. Can hardly see a thing. One down and like 30 more to go. So this is what they look like when they have been completed. So with another pastry brush, gently just sweep excess icing sugar. Also, there will be a lot of icing sugar on the back of them because you've been working in all the icing sugar. So what I've done is basically just bang them, and you can see that a lot of icing sugar has come off from behind. You will get some deads. I got some deads. Sometimes it doesn't work. I put too much jam on, or some of them, when you're working with the icing and you're rolling it and then you put it back into a ball once you've cut things out and you roll again, what will happen is the icing will become more and more dry, so you will get like these lines and things in them, and they're not very pretty. So obviously I've taken that one out because it doesn't look great. Them done. I think they're perfect for obviously a wedding favour, but they can be used for any sort of occasion, anything at all. You can buy that little stamp and you can do anything that your heart desires. I think they're perfect as well for if somebody maybe didn't make it to your wedding or your party, and you could just give them a little something, because these do last a little while as well. They just, as long as you keep them airtight and safe, they do last for a little while, just like biscuits do really, and the icing on the top sort of becomes a little bit dry, and so yeah. So just an example, I don't want to grandma how to suck eggs, but this icing is a really pretty pink colour, and this was from Home Bargains. It's the Jane Asher range, but this was the ready to roll, and I think this was something ridiculous like 99p, £1.50, something like that. And it's quite a lot. Like you could probably get about like 20 cookies, 30 cookies out of this one little square. And then these biscuits here from Marks & Spencer's are £1.50 for 24 biscuits, so it's really quite good. So we're back now, all clean and tidy, and basically what I did was I bought some of these bags on Amazon, and there's about 50 in a pack. And all I'm going to do is, they are a little bit frosted actually, but what I'm going to do is grab a biscuit and put it inside the bag, just like that. And then I can understand that this sort of thing would be a freaking nightmare if you had over 100 guests to a wedding, but if you had like maybe 20 to 50 people going to a party, or we're having a small wedding this year like me, it's the perfect thing, and it looks like you've made an effort, and I just feel like they're just so cute. In Home Bargains I know as well that you can buy like gold, rose gold, silver, red, green for Christmas, like luster. I remembered that I had a little bit in the drawer. I used these for cookies that I made on Mother's Day. So it's the Betty Winter's Home Baking Glitter Spray, and my god is it messy, but it does give quite a nice effect. And they're cheap as chips, and they are from Home Bargains too. So we are now done, and this is the final product.
This is the fruit of the mouth.
I find them really fun. They taste really yummy, don't they, Rosa?
Yeah.
You're currently eating one of the duds, and they're so easy, so yummy. And what would be a really good idea as well that I have seen is probably a little bit more time consuming, but what you can do is you can buy a stamp which allows you to put people's names, like individual letter stamps, and you can put people's names on them. And if you were having a small party or a seated party, a party with a meal, you know what I mean, you could use them as table setting, table names. My brain is dead.